okay? Okay, real quick. Microphone. Okay, I'm doing a test. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me or hear me okay? Can everyone see me or hear me real quick before we start? I see a Java. Hello, Java. It's so good to see you. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, we can. Okay, I'm going to shout you out. One of my best friends who y'all should definitely go check out. So before we begin the podcast, so like I said, I'm going to do my podcast real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and dive in to some banjo. So that's what we're going to do today. But I hope everybody is doing good. Guys, it's the last stream. Last one. Period. Yo, Spider, welcome on in. How's it going, buddy? Welcome on in. Okay, just give me one second to get set up real quick. I gotta get my things ready before we start. Let's see. Okay, let's do... No. Yeah, let's do this one. Yeah, I want to do this one. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm still setting up real quick. Hang on. We can do... Yeah. Let's do this one. Sure, why not? Let's do this one real quick. Okay. And then I'm gonna do... Okay. Let me... No. Not that one. Where's my thing? Where's my thing, brother? Do what you gotta do. Yes, thank you, Java. I appreciate you. And I appreciate you guys stopping by. Thank y'all for coming in to hang out with me. Also, I cannot find my song. Okay, I need a song for this episode. Give me 1 second. Okay, we'll do this one. Quiet! You're too loud. And I'm going to loop you. By the way, is that music too loud? Is it too quiet? Also, thank you for collecting your daily rupees. I'm not missing restring. Well, I appreciate you, Java. Thank you. Yeah, is that too loud? Too quiet? Let me know how that is. Let me see if I can find... Where is my thingy? Where is my... Hello? Let me try something. There we go. Yay! Yay! Okay, we're done. It's pretty good? Okay. Yeah, I just didn't want to make sure it was too loud or too quiet. Yeah, you can go now. Okay. And we are ready to begin. Okay. Yeah, I know. That's all we're gonna get. That's all we're getting right now. That's all we're getting. Anyway. Hang on a minute. Okay. Alrighty. Anyway. Hey everyone. Hello. Welcome on in. Welcome to the next exciting episode of my Zelda podcast, the Kokiri Chronicles, where I sit down and talk about Zelda on every third day of the month. Last time, we sat down here and got to discuss about Skyward Sword's most cunning villain, or honestly, I guess you can say, definitely one of the best villains in the entire series. We got to talk about Girahim from Skyward Sword, and if you guys love Girahim, or if you just love Skyward Sword, you should definitely check it out. definitely go see that video. Go watch that episode if you haven't. But if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to do the following by liking, sharing, subscribing for sure. All that good jazz. It really helps me out. So, first off, for today's episode, I know I was supposed to do this back in December, but the reason why I did it was because I needed to take a vacation from the internet for a little while. So I took a little break, but now we're back and I'm ready to rock and roll. So here with today's topic that we're going to be discussing. So anyway, so today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be discussing about the Oracle games. We're going to be talking about both Oracle Seasons and Ages, as y'all can see right here on the big screen. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to answer one important question. And of course, this question will be answered at the end of the episode. The answer is, are these games considered to be underrated? No, and the only reason why I say that is because nowadays in these modern times, I just feel like, you know, like not many people seem to talk about these games that much. I mean, nowadays, you know, everyone always talks about, like, mostly, obviously, the 3D titles, like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. But as far as 2D Zelda games go, mostly people just talk about, like, Echoes of Wisdom, Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, and a little bit of Minish Cap, and maybe Zelda 1 and Zelda 2, but we don't talk about Zelda 2. We don't talk about Zelda 2 in this household. But yeah, we're going to talk about the Oracle games. We're going to talk about them. And why, and are they actually underrated? So, here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. So, for me, I actually grew up playing these games. I grew up playing them when I was a kid. I mean, honestly, just a little bit. Like, okay, so I didn't specifically own them when I was a child. I remember renting one of them at Blockbuster, or I think I rented both of them. I want to say probably I rented Ages as a kid, and then I think I also rented Seasons back then. I don't remember. My memory is a bit hazy on that topic, but I do remember playing it though. And I remember I got so lost. Because I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. Where am I supposed to go? But I do remember seeing the commercials as a kid. And I was like, wow, they actually look pretty cool. And they are really fun games when you do think about it. But they're just severely underrated. Like, again, not many people talk about these games. So, for starters, where's my awa? Where is my water? Where's my water? Remember, folks, always gotta hydrate. Hydrate or dihydrate. Hydrate or dihydrate. Anyway. So, also looking at Twitch chat, I see ABZ has redeemed their daily rupee. Thank you so much for doing that, ABZ. Welcome on in. Thank you. And I see Goof has entered. Goof has entered. ABC says, Happy New Year, Kokiri. You watching off? Well, I do my best, but thank you. I do appreciate you. I appreciate you guys for coming in. Spider says, hi, Twitch chat, hydration is key. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Actually, you know what? Let me move my webcam real quick to cover something. Yeah, let's cover this ad stuff or whatever. Anyway. Oracle Seasons. Oracle of Ages. So, honestly, when you think about these games, you guys, they kind of have that connection. Kind of like the original Pokemon games, like Red and Blue. So you guys know, like, how back then and obviously now, like whenever, like, one person has a specific version. So, for example, I'm going to use a couple of examples from the Twitch chat. So let's just say I had Pokemon Blue, and my mod Goof, he had Red. So in this case, I can catch different Pokemon from this version, while Goof, on the other hand, can catch Pokemon from Red, for example. And if I say, like, oh, I want so-and-so from Goose version, obviously we would have to trade, right? Well, now you're probably thinking, what does this have to do with Pokemon? Well, it kind of does have that connection. Like, for example, you can actually get some items in Oracle Seasons and Ages if the other person has a different copy, vice versa. And different items like rings, which of course, so there's these items you can get in the Oracle games. They're rings. And they're basically work like stats for Link. So you can have like an increased attack or increased defense, or it can be like something to like find specific treasure or something like that. But you would have to like link it out from like somebody who has a different game. So for example, it's like, oh, I can get this ring from Oracle Seasons, or I can get this one from Oracle of Ages, and so forth. So it kind of, you can say it has that, it has that Pokemon, that red and blue aesthetic. So, but you guys know where I'm getting at. Y'all know exactly where I'm getting at. But anyway, honestly, I really do think that the Oracle games, they are very underrated. Like, they got a really interesting story. So, if y'all remember back then, Nintendo announced in the Green Book for the Hyrule Historia that the Oracle games took place in the Fallen timeline. They took place in the Fallen timeline, so it was like Link to the Past, Oracle games, Link's Awakening, and then so forth. And then years later, they decided to change it again. Guys, I swear, they're always changing the timeline. Am I wrong? They're always changing it. Almost every time. Like, what is right or what is wrong, Alduma? Tell me what is correct. What is the correct timeline? But because now, in Hyrule Encyclopedia, now it's, of course, Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, then the Oracle games, and then so forth down the Fallen timeline. And, of course, Echoes of Wisdom is there, too. But, I don't know. The whole timeline is... guys, it's all over the place. Let's be for real. So, anyway. Honestly, so... these games, in particular, they have you go to different dimensions. You go to different dimensions depending on the game you're playing. So, for example, like, when you play Oracle Seasons, you get to go to a place called Holodrum. While in Ages, you go to a dimension called Labrada. And the plot is entirely different. The plot is entirely different in each game, but they have different villains. So in Oracle Seasons, you have the main villain named General Onyx, who honestly wants to control the land of Holodrum, but also submerges the Temple of Seasons into another area called Subrosia. And then, of course, later on, in Oracle of Ages, you have a different villain by the name of the sorceress Varan, where she definitely messes with time traveling. She messes with time, like affecting things that are in the past and both in the present. So you have entirely different dimensions and entirely different characters depending on which game you're playing. It's different though. It's different from each one. Also, I see Valk has entered the Twitch chat. Valk, hello, welcome on in. Thank you for stopping by. Really do appreciate it. Welcome on in. Also, one thing I want to add real quick, ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the YouTube comments, which one is your favorite Oracle game? Do you prefer Seasons or Ages? Personally, for me, I prefer Ages. I definitely prefer Ages. But yeah, every game is different. So, like, Seasons, Seasons is all about more combat-based. Seasons is more combat-based, while Ages is more puzzle-based. Obviously you solve puzzles in Oracle Seasons. I mean, guys, let's be for real. Can you imagine a Zelda game to where you don't solve puzzles? You're always gonna solve a puzzle every time you play a Zelda game. 2D, 3D, you're still doing it. Still doing it. But for most of us, really, like, a lot of people say that Ages really expanded on the puzzle solving, like, in terms of, like, going to different places, and especially the dungeons. Like, the dungeons in both games were really challenging. They were really challenging. Like, I remember, like, I first got back into playing the Oracle games, like, since my childhood about a decade ago. Like, I remember, like, do you guys remember when they got announced for Nintendo eShop, and they're like, hey, you can finally play these games now on the go, so relive that glorious Game Boy experience. So, I remember playing them on my 3DS XL back then. And guess what? I still got lost. And I even had to use Zelda Dungeon to, like, know what I was doing. Where was I supposed to go? By the way, big shout out to Zelda Dungeon, by the way. They are awesome. They are awesome in terms of Zelda guides. Anyway. But yeah, I use Zelda Dungeon to, like, navigate myself through both games, through Oracle Seasons and Ages. And one thing that I do like was that, you can actually link the both games. Get it? Okay, I will stop right now. I will stop right now. Yeah, you can actually link the games if you have them. So, when you complete either one of the games, you receive a code at the end of the game, and you have to save it. So you have to, like, so, obviously, back then, you know, you would have to, like, you know, get a piece of paper, just write it down, and everything, and then, like, because the thing is, if you don't remember the code, you're gonna have to start all over from the beginning, or from the last point where you saved in the game, in order to get that code back, and to transfer that code into the other game. So I'm gonna tell you guys this right now. If you guys ever decide to play the Oracle games, which, by the way, they are on Switch Online right now, so play them if you haven't. Which, by the way, right now, for all you Switch owners out there, if you play them, and if you complete one game, and if you see a code on your screen, please take a screenshot of that and save it. Please do that, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to link your game file into the other game. So, good luck. So, that's my advice. That's my pro tip. Just screenshot it. Just screenshot. Definitely just screenshot it for what you do. Sora says, you're welcome. Sora, hello. Welcome on in. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome. Thank you guys so much for saying hi to Sora and giving shout outs to Java. I'm wrong about one thing. Okay, tell me. What am I wrong about? Tell me. I am curious. Tell me. If you talk to Ferror... Really? I did not know that. I mean, I know she's definitely in one of the Maku trees, but I did not know that. Huh. I mean, I think she's like the Oracle of Secrets, but I didn't know that. I mean, then again, I barely talked to her. You can ask her... Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. Guys, big shout out to Sora. Shout out to Sora MVP. MVP Sora. Zelda Dungeon Expert. I had to do that during one of my play... Yeah, I did not know that. That is so cool. You know, I'm gonna have to try that. Next time if I ever decide to come back to an Oracle game, just like go inside the Mako tree and just like, hey, do you got a code? Do you have a code for me? I'm gonna have to try that. But guys, there you go. You guys got a pro tip from Sora. Let's go. Love to see it. Love to see it. Anyway, but yeah, I think it's really cool, like how you can definitely link the two games together. And the thing is, the one thing I like about the Oracle titles, you guys, is that you can actually complete the games in any order you want. There is no specific order. Like, for example, you want to complete Seasons first and then Ages last? Go for it. You want to do Ages first and then Seasons last? Do it. There is no preferred method. I mean, honestly, depending on which one you do first, you know, you're always going to get the true final boss in the linked game. So, there is no definitive way to play. You can do it in any order you want, but one thing I do like is that there are different characters. So, for example, if you play Seasons, obviously you get to speak with Din, who is the Oracle Seasons, and you get to use an item in that game called the Rod of Seasons to where you can actually go around the world of Holodrum, stand on a stump, and you can actually manipulate the 4 seasons. You know, spring, summer, fall, and winter. And the one thing I liked about the Rod of Seasons, in terms of, like, season manipulation, is that you can use it to solve puzzles and, like, when you're traversing areas. So, for example, like, if you were to go somewhere and there's a climbable wall, but you're like, there's no vine for me to there is no vine for me to climb. But what I can do is I can use the Rod of Seasons, make it to like I guess summer, for example, and then a vine appears out of nowhere. Now I can climb it and go to where I want. Do I want to cross the water without having to swim? No problem. Make it, because we got disconnected from Twitch. But I was saying, yeah, I really do like the Rod of Seasons. I like the Rod of Seasons. I like how you're able to use it to stand on a stump and manipulate the different seasons. Like, do I want to make it summer, or do I want to make it the wintertime? Which I think it's cool. And I think the first season you get is winter. If I am correct, I want to say winter is the first season you get in the game. And then you get the other ones, obviously, later on when you traverse in seasons. Also, earlier, I'm looking at Twitch chat, Sora made a correction. I'm going to scroll up, and he said, and I quote, "Furore doesn't give you the codes like I thought. I thought it was in her book, or she told you, but I was incorrect." Yeah, I was like, yeah, I thought so. I was like, I don't recall Furore actually giving you the code, like, if you, to, like, link your game or something. It's like, because I'm saying, like, once you complete a boss, like, if you, like, as soon as you kill Onyx or Varan, and the credits are done rolling, it will show you, like, the code on the screen, and you have to, like, either write it down or take a picture or a screenshot if you're playing it on the Switch. And then from there, you just keep going. Sora says, "I remember there was a way to get it if you forgot. I just thought it was from her." Got you. Oh, we have a question for Valk. Valk says, "What is your recommendation for the order?" What do I recommend? You know, that's a good question, Valk. But honestly, is like I said, you know, honestly, at the end of the day, you can't go wrong with any order, because depending on which one you go first, so like seasons first, ages last, ages first, seasons last, whichever way you want it, you're still gonna get the true final boss. But now, if this was me, I would definitely say, and I honestly do agree with Sora in the Twitch chat, that definitely the canonical way to do it is seasons first and then ages last. That is the canon way. So I would definitely go with the canon way, but I have never tried the other way around. I've never done ages first and seasons last, because of course ages is my favorite out of the two. I prefer ages over seasons. But yeah, the canon way definitely is seasons and ages. I hope that answers your question, Val. Now for ages, so we get to interact with Nehru, the Oracle of Ages, and honestly, I think Nehru is cool. Nehru definitely is pretty cool. If there's one thing that I don't like about ages, or should I say a particular character, a character who is far more annoying and irritating and really gets on my damn nerves. One character that I know who just pisses me off in that game, and for anybody who has played Ages will know exactly who I'm talking about. That character is Ralph. I hate him so much. I cannot stand Ralph at all. He is far annoying. He drives me nuts, but he's very, very protective of Nehru. Like, at first you meet him, and he's like, "Hey, you better get out of my way. I'm gonna be the ones protecting Nehru, not you." Like, he comes off as a dick towards you. I'm just like, godly, man. I can't stand him. I mean, yeah, he becomes nice to you at the end of the game, but I still hate him. Oh my god, Valk says Tingle. I mean, Tingle is in the game, and I hate to say it, but he isn't. He does make an appearance in the Oracle games. He is there. So in case you're wondering, yes, he's there. His balloon is there. I don't remember what you get from him, but he's there. He is in there. But you know who else is in there? And honestly doesn't really do much? The Happy Mask Salesman. The Happy Mask Salesman from Majora's Mask. Apparently, he's there for some reason, but he's mostly as part of a trade quest. He's mostly part for a trade quest, which, by the way, you can get the Master Sword in either one of the two games. But I wouldn't say it's like the actual Master Sword. I think it's just a grown weapon. I don't know why they call it Master Sword. Because like you don't go to because in the Oracle games you don't go to like a forest or anywhere and like pull a sword out from a pedestal. Like no, you don't do that. You don't do that to get the Master Sword. You don't do that. There's just a weapon. It's called a Master, but I don't know why they have that. No. And Goof is going to and Goof, you're going to bring flowers to the second best Mario, to the best Mario Princess, Rosalina. Yeah. I said it. And you should know that already. You're going to bring flowers to Rosalina. It's her year. This is her year. But hey, Daisy's still second best. But anyway. What was I saying? Anyway, Aegis. So, I do like Aegis. Aegis is pretty cool. I like how you get to use the Harp of Aegis to kind of like pull like a Samurai Jack to where you can kind of like go back into the past and like manipulate something that would affect the present. But Aegis definitely has a good story. I mean, like, honestly, you have like a royal monarch who's just like really looking for like her lost husband. Because like the thing is, she gets her workers to build a tower called the Black Tower because she wants to find her husband who's been gone for a long time. But here's the crazy part. If you play Oracle Seasons, there's a guy, or there is a pirate captain who is dead. He's dead. He's like a skeleton pirate, but you can talk to him. Excuse me. And here's the weird thing. Here is the weird yet interesting thing. That dead pirate, who you actually talk to in Holodrum, his wife is the queen or the royal monarch you talk to in Aegis. So basically, the queen's husband is a dead skeleton captain. Good to know. Goose says, no, go get this real flowers to the real flower princess. Yes, Aerith. Hey, Aerith likes flowers. Anyway, but yeah, I liked Aegis. I really do like Aegis because like you also get to interact more with common Zelda characters. Like, you get to talk to like Zorans and there's Gorons, but like there's just a lot of problem solving in Aegis because then again, Aegis is more puzzle based. Aegis is definitely more puzzle based, but you do have. But one thing that they do have in common is that both games definitely do have Maku trees. They do have Maku trees, which honestly they kind of serve like the Great Deku Tree, like in Ocarina of Time, where they kind of act like guides, or what it's like, oh, be sure to go here. Like, oh, I heard a voice coming from this area in the west. Go to this one first, or go to the beach, go to the swamp, or go somewhere. So they act like a guide towards you. But in both games, depending on which one you're playing, the Maku tree definitely have different genders. Yes, they have different genders. So in Seasons, the Maku tree is a guy, but in Ages, the Maku tree is a girl. And here's the weird part. The female Maku tree actually simps for Link. And it's just weird. It is weird. It is weird because like it's like around the beginning of the game, it's just like, oh, like, when I grow up, I'm going to marry you. And you're just like, huh? Marry a tree? But yeah, the Mako tree definitely starts simping for Link. The female one. Not the male one, but the female one starts simping for Link. She's got a massive crush on Link. I like how Spider's like, pardon? Yeah, it's weird, but I don't know why. It's really, really weird. It's weird. But yeah, I think both games definitely are pretty good. I do like them. My suggestion in terms of playing them, like for console-wise, that is. Honestly, you know, it's definitely it's up to you. It's up to you on how you want to play it. You know, like, heck, you want to go fully retro? Dude, pop out that Game Boy Color and start playing, and you can go back in the day and just kind of go like this. Which honestly would be awesome. You can do that if you want to. Or, you want to play on the 3DS, on eShop, even though sadly the eShop is closed. But if you had it, see it on eShop, then you can do for that. But nowadays, the more easier way to do it is just play it on the Switch. Definitely just play both games on the Switch. That's honestly is to me like the most recommended way to do it for just Switch, because I know not everybody has a Game Boy Color or 3DS. Mostly nowadays we have Switches, and like honestly just go for the Switch. It's just much easier that way. But they are some pretty good games though. They are pretty good games. It's just sad that, like, you know, not many people definitely tend to talk about them nowadays. And I can definitely understand why, because I know not everybody, you know, like me or anyone else who's watching this right now, not many of us actually grew up playing them. And that's okay. And that is totally fair. Like, for me, I didn't start fully playing them until, like, in 2015 on the eShop. Like, yeah, I played them as a kid, like maybe for, like, a few minutes, and I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. So now, I'm lost. But from there, I was like, what am I supposed to do again? But, honestly, they are good games. They definitely are good games. Now, to fully answer this question, do I think the Oracle games are underrated? The answer is yes. The Oracle games definitely are very underrated. Like I said earlier, not many people really talk about them. Not many talk about them, but nowadays, I mean, I'm glad that, like, you know, like, obviously, you know, Nintendo didn't forget about them. They're just like, hey, you know, we're gonna go ahead and port these games onto the Nintendo Switch Online, so that way anybody who has never heard of them, now you can play them. So it was like, you know, if the Nintendo's like, yeah, we didn't forget about it. I mean, yeah, you know, they still exist in our library, you know, which I think is great. I think it's terrific that they are not forgotten. Like, they were not lost in Nintendo's hidden magical vault forever. It's like, yeah, they're still there. You can play them now. Now, here's the real question, though. Should they be remade? That is the real question. Should they be remade? Maybe. I mean, honestly, that'd be nice. Like, wouldn't it be so awesome to actually have these games remade and maybe put them in the art style, like in Echoes of Wisdom or Link's Awakening? I mean, honestly, that'd be nice. That'd really be nice, and there can definitely be, like, maybe like a double pack, like kind of like what they did for the Pokemon games, like Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet. You know, they should really do that. Like definitely have like a doubles pack. Oh, music, come back. Come back, music. Come back to me. Anyway. But yeah, I think they should definitely be remakes. So that way everyone gets the best of both worlds. You know, hey, you want to go retro play the old school ones? Go for it. You want to go for the old school ones? go for it. You want to go for the remake? Perfect. Definitely go for them. Also see you in Twitch chat. Jenny is into the stream. Jenny, hello. Welcome on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Can we get a thick shout out for Jenny, please? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, Happy New Year to you too. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, I do think like the Oracle games definitely are pretty underrated. They really are underrated, and I just wish they were talked about that much. They were talked about that much, you know. But that's just me. But I want to know, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the Oracle titles? Do you think they should be remade, or not at all? And again, let me know which one is your favorite. Oh! One thing I forgot to bring up. Oh. One thing I forgot to bring up. They have, both games actually have animal buddies. I forgot about that. Ah, dude. You see, this is why the Oracle games are not talked about that much. Because sometimes even I'll forget something sometimes. So for example, like, if anybody was to ask me which dungeon is which in Oracle game, I'll be like, let me look that up real quick. Let me look it up, because I do not have those games memorized. I don't. But honestly, I think they are definitely great in their own right. But I love the animal buddies. Like, I like how there's Rick the kangaroo. You can actually ride a Dodongo and swim. Which, honestly, like, can you guys actually imagine a Dodongo who can swim? Like, it is just crazy. Okay, let me see. Java would say seasons for me. Java likes seasons. Let's go. Jenny says, there should be remakes, because to your point, you can always play original if you want, but it's nice to have access to the remake. You know what? I really do like that. I like that. That's what I was saying. You know what? You can definitely get the best of both worlds. Like, hey, you want to go for the original? You want to go for the original, or do you want to go for a remake? You can definitely get the best of both worlds, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Kind of like on, like, nowadays on Switch consoles, like, hey, it's like, you know, you can definitely play Link's Awakening. I think the original Link's Awakening is on NSO. So it's like, hey, you want to go old school, or do you want to play the cute little chibi one? Definitely is up to you. Also, is that a KH Guys? I see in the chat. Guys, hello! Hello, guys. Welcome on in. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Which, by the way, real quick, guys, thank you for the card, by the way. I absolutely love it, and I will treasure it forever, close to my heart. So, thank you, and Mrs. Guide for the awesome card. I love it. I love the thank Kokiri on the back. That's really clever. But Happy New Year to you too, guys. We're talking about the Oracle games. We're talking about the Zelda Oracle games. Which, by the way, let me see the... Okay. Let me see. Let me show you all the animal buddies. Because we were talking animal buddies. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Let me pull them up. Ah! Let me pull up animal buddies. Okay. Glad I made it. Yes, I appreciate you guys, and I hope you and Mrs. Guides are doing well. Thank you for stopping by. So Sora says in Twitch chat, so I discovered something about the secret. Okay. Feel free to share. So anyway, so guys, so these are the animal buddies I was telling y'all about. These are the animal buddies. Oh, Sora's got something. Sora says, it turns out you can get the secret from Furor's book, but only if you use it to start the Link's game. Oh! And it's in the Link's game save file. Okay! Okay, cool! Alright, that's fascinating. Alright, thank you, Sora. Thank you for sharing that. That is pretty awesome. So... Okay, so anyway, guys, these are the animal buddies you can actually get in the Oracle game. So there's 3 of them. There's 3 animal buddies, like, in both games. So, first one, which is, of course, this one right here. This is, I believe its name is Dimitri. I think it's Dimitri. So, you have Dimitri the Dodongo. And with this one, you can definitely use Dimitri to, like, eat stuff, but also to cross lakes and rivers. So, for example, like, if you don't have the fins yet to where Link can't actually swim, you can actually use the Dodongo to actually ride on its back, and you can actually use Dimitri the Dodongo to get across water. So, you don't have the fins yet for Link to swim? Hop on a Dodongo, and just use it to go for a swim. Sora says, I had to load both my Oracle game files on my 3DS to figure that out because I remember being able to get it from there. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to remember that next time. Like, whenever I come back, I'm gonna have to remember that. Thank you, Sora, for sharing that. Jenny says the animal buddies are so adorable. They are really adorable. They are adorable. Right, guys? I love the animal buddies in the Game Boy Oracle games. I love the animal buddies. Okay. So that is Dimitri. So this one is Moosh. Yeah, so this is Moosh. This is a massive... He's a bear. And with Moosh... Moosh can definitely be used to hover over large gaps. So if you see like a line of pitfalls, so you can definitely use Moosh's wings to like fly and kind of like go over it and kind of get to the next area. So that is definitely Moosh's ability. So Moosh is definitely used to avoid very large, massive pitfalls. So if you have like a line of pitfalls that kind of go like this, for example. Just tap the button, just tap the fly button, and Moosh will just fly over it. But you just gotta be careful, because if you just stop, then you're gonna fall. So you can fall. So yeah, that is Moosh. That is Moosh, the blue bear. Yes, Dimitri, yeah, Valk says Dimitri the Dodongo, Moosh the fine bear, and Ricky the kangaroo. Yes, yes, I will move this so you can see more of him. So yeah, this is Rick. So Ricky the kangaroo. So this is Rick. The last but not least, we do have Ricky the kangaroo. He's my favorite animal buddy. He is my favorite animal buddy. I love Rick so much. So you can definitely... So I like how with Ricky, you can definitely ride in his pouch, kind of like a Joey. So you can be like a Joey to where you can definitely ride in his pouch, and you control him, and compared to Moosh, Ricky can definitely, like, jump over massive pits. He can definitely use his boxing gloves to attack and do, like tornado punches. And not to mention, he can jump over high cliffs. So, let's just say you were, like here, and here's a wall right here, right? So what you can do with Rick is that if you control him, Rick can just go, boop, and just jump right on top to get to the next area. And I really love Rick. I love Ricky. Ricky definitely is my favorite. And one thing I do like about these animal buddies is that you also are given flutes. You definitely get a specific flute depending on which animal buddy you get. So you go like, oh, here's Ricky's flute. Here's Moosh's flute. Here's Dimitri's flute. And kind of like in Ocarina of Time, or like Twilight Princess, like when you play the ocarina or use the horse grass in Twilight Princess to like call your horse, you can play the flute to call the animal buddy where you are. Except in dungeons, you can't do that. So if you're like somewhere and like say, hey, I need Ricky to like get over this gap, you can go to your item menu, play your flute, and Ricky will come to you. Or if you need like another animal buddy, just play the flute, call your friend, and they'll come hopping to you. And I think it's pretty cool. But they will definitely come to you. But honestly, Ricky the kangaroo is my favorite. Ricky is my favorite. I just love it. Like, he looks so cool. Look at him. He's just a guy, man. I mean, like I said, the fact that you get to ride his pouch like a Joey, like you can be a Joey and ride his pouch, which is pretty neat. Jenny said that's pretty cool. Kind of neat to have that they have different. Yes, they do have. I believe they have different flutes. I hope I'm right on that one. But they definitely are pretty neat. Joey looks adorable. I know, Link is to Joey, bro. Dude, you get to be the Joey. You get to be the Joey. But I really do like him, though. But also, okay, so there's one thing I do want to mention, and I forgot to mention this. So, when you link both games, when you link them together, so for example, if you beat this one or this one in any order you want, obviously, of course, the canonical way to beat it is seasons first, and then ages last. But when you link the games together, your save file will have a little Triforce. And if your save file has a Triforce, that means you linked your game. And from there, in your linked file, you get to meet Princess Zelda. You get to meet her. I mean, obviously, you know, you get to talk to Impa in both games, but in your next save file, you get to, she will tell you like, oh, Zelda from Hyrule has come to visit whatever dimension you're in, whether you're in Holodrum, Labrana. You know, she gets to visit, but honestly, you get to save her. You get to save her. And one thing that I know is that throughout the games, so Twin Rova, actually, no, I'll find a picture. I will find a picture to the internet. Okay, Oracle Seasons and Ages, Twin Rova. Okay, so I will show y'all Twin Rova. Okay. Okay, I will do my best for this one. I will make it right. Okay, that's the best I can do. That is the best I can do. Yes, Sora, what is your question? So anyway, throughout the game or games, Twin Rova definitely has like an involvement in the games. So in this room, this is definitely is called the Room of Rights. That's definitely where they're in. That is the post-game final dungeon if you have both games linked together. So what they're doing is that so Twin Rova actually needs 3 Sacred Flames in order to revive Ganon and bring him back to life. So, and the only way to do it is if the hero, Link, actually kills the bosses from the dimensions. And as soon as Link does that, they get the flame. So like the red one, the red flame from the picture here, obviously that's from killing General Onyx in Oracle Seasons. And then the blue one is definitely from killing Varan in Oracle of Ages. And then the purple one, they need Princess Zelda in order to revive their fallen master. But depending on which boss you kill first, Twin Rova will definitely get the flames to bring back Ganon. It's been so long I forgot this, but season takes place in Holodrum, right? Holodrum, correct? Yes. Yes, the land of Holodrum is in Seasons, and Labrana is in Ages. Yes, that is correct. But, and the thing is, you know, you definitely get to fight. So you do fight Twin Rova in both games. Obviously, you know, again, there's no preference on which one you beat first. But there is a post game. But right here, as you see from the picture here. Oh, let me move my webcam. There we go. So yeah. Yeah, you do fight Twin Rova in this game, but honestly, it is a lot. The fight against Twin Rova is a lot different in comparison to the one in Ocarina of Time. Because you guys remember in Ocarina of Time, you would have to use your mirror shield to reflect their magic, like for both the first and second phase. So definitely you would use your mirror shield to reflect their magic in order to stun them, but this time, this one is a little bit different. So you basically have to use, like, some seeds, like kind of like what you see, like up where the B button is. So you definitely use these different seeds to like affect them after you slash them with your sword, and you have to like try to like find a way to like separate them. But it's definitely so the fight against Twin Rova definitely is a lot different in comparison to what most of us are used to back in Ocarina of Time, when you had to like reflect their fire and ice magic with your mirror shield. I see Jirito has came in. Welcome on in, Jirito. Welcome on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, play the music again. Thank you. So anyway, Sora comes in and says, okay then, I made a mistake again. I was right originally. I had forgotten I did ages first. I was thinking I did seasons first, which is why I assumed it was only in a linked game save file, which is wrong. So yeah, if you forget the code, it is stored in that book, and Furore does tell you the secret if you talk to her. She asks if you know any secrets, say no, and then she'll ask if you want the link code again. Oh, okay. Okay, that is actually is pretty neat. Yeah, I'll have to keep that in mind. Yeah, thank you, Sora. Guys, once again, Sora MVP. Yo, thank you so much, Sora. Now, one thing I want to tell you about. I want to tell you guys this. So the final boss. Oh yeah. If you guys want to see what the final bosses look like in each game, I will show you both villains. Onyx and Varan. So, okay. Okay, so this is the first boss in Oracle Seasons. So this is General Onyx. As General Onyx right there, that is for Seasons. And then for Oracle of Ages, this one is Varan, and to where she actually possesses people. She actually possesses people throughout the game. So you definitely do get to fight her. So you do fight her. But, however, yes, hashtag thank Sora. I got my own save file mixed up, which is why I made the mess. Oh no, you are fine, Sora. You are totally fine. Okay, so anyway, if you link both games together, you actually do get to fight Ganon. And this is definitely what his model looks like. This is definitely his sprite. So that's what Ganon actually looks like. Now, the one thing about Ganon, in timeline-wise, is that this Ganon, in comparison to the other ones, this one is a brainless fool. He is completely brainless. So even though Twin Rova definitely had to like sacrifice themselves in order to revive their fallen master. So in these games, Ganon is not fully complete. So obviously he is present. You do fight him, but lore-wise, he's brainless. He is completely brainless. He is a brainless fool. He is definitely a brainless fool. Like, all he says is like, he says, "Oh, Gaha, I am Ganon, King of Evil." That's all he says. That's pretty much all he says. He doesn't really say much. But you definitely do fight him, and his fight is a little bit similar in comparison to the Ganon fight in A Link to the Past. So obviously, you definitely want to do spin attacks in order to hit him, because they do more damage. But one thing I like about this fight is that there will be times to where he will definitely mess with your controls. Yeah, you heard me. Ganon will mess with your controls. There will be a time to where he will transition to like a blue background, and your controls will be inverted. So it's where it makes the fight even much harder. So there were times where he will turn your screen blue, and your controls will be inverted for a little while. So if you guys ever play these games, if you fight him and you see a blue background, you better be ready for inverted controls, because he messes with your controls. So instead of going right, you go left, or vice versa. He will mess with your controls, so just get ready for that, because he'll do it. But honestly, it's a pretty solid fight, but lore-wise, he is just a brainless monster. Guys, this Ganon is just like me for real. Brainless fool. Oh my god. So Ganon's a foolish pig demon. Yes, Spider, yes he is. He is a foolish pig demon. He definitely is. Mindless bacon demon equals Ganon, yes. Excuse me. Jared says Ganon was Psycho Mantis before Psycho Mantis. Dude, I mean, heck, maybe Psycho Mantis got inspiration from Ganon, because like if you guys have played any one of the Metal Gear Solid games, you know he'll like obviously Psycho Mantis can read your memory card, which I think it's cool, and then like the fact like how you have to unplug the controller and then plug it into a different port just to kind of trick him, because he can definitely read your movement. Which I think that's actually, dude, that is clever video game design. That is so clever. Honestly, I mean, of course, I'm not a really big Metal Gear Solid guy, but I think for classic video game design, that is clever. The fact that, like, like he can sense your movement on where you're going, and then, but the whole time you just unplug your controller and put it into a different port, and then you just get it from there. That's genius. That is absolute. Tell me I'm wrong, guys. Tell me I'm wrong. That is genius. That is absolute genius. Genius video game design. So like he was in Echoes of Wisdom, yeah. You could say he was a little brainless. I mean, because honestly, Ganon in Echoes of Wisdom doesn't really talk that much. I mean, then again, I don't want to go into details about it because I don't want to spoil the game for anybody who has not played it, which, by the way, I would recommend playing Echoes of Wisdom. Echoes of Wisdom is pretty fun. Yes, Ganon is in the game because of the box, but I don't want to go into more details about it due to spoilers for friends who have not touched it. But I would definitely recommend it. Oh, speaking of which, yeah, that's what his model looks like, obviously, in-game. Yeah, there he is, right there. Honestly, he looks cool. He does look cool in Echoes of Wisdom. He does. Ganon definitely looks pretty great. Definitely comparison to like his artwork for like Link to the Past and other games he's in, but Ganon looks cool. Now, did you guys know, here's a fun fact. Here is a fun fact. I'm going to show you guys something really cool. So, here is a fun fact. Fun fact, you guys. Originally, if I can get a bigger photo. Oh, here we go. So, originally, Ganondorf was going to be in the Oracle games. And this is what he was going to look like. But then Nintendo decided to scrap it. And just give him the Pig Monster. So yeah, this is definitely some artwork of Ganondorf actually being in Oracle Season of Ages. So originally, you were going to fight Ganondorf, but then Nintendo just scrapped it and said, you know what, just give him the pig, we're just gonna give you guys the Pig Monster. So yeah, this is his artwork, this is what he looked like. And you were going to fight him instead of a beast. Which, honestly, I really do dig this design for Ganondorf. He looks really cool. This Ganondorf design definitely looks sick. He looks really, really cool. That's one hunk of bacon! Jericho says, on top of Ganon, I don't know about y'all, but I hope that one day we can have a modern Zelda game where Ganondorf dons the trident again. You know, Jericho, I definitely would like that. I mean, then again, I mean, I will say though, he does use the trident in Echoes of Wisdom. Spoiler alert, he does use it. But like a modern Ganondorf using a trident, that would be pretty cool. I mean, honestly, you can use the trident in the original Hyrule Warriors as a weapon, which I think is cool. But that's just Hyrule Warriors. But a modern game where he's using a trident, that'd be sick. That would totally be sick. What else did I want? Now I want to play Echoes of Wisdom. You should. I did this design. He looks sick. I don't remember why they scrapped the design. I would have to look that up as to why this design of Ganondorf for the Oracle games was scrapped. But guys, can you imagine actually fighting Ganondorf and seeing a game sprite of this design? Dude, that would be sick. That would have been so sick. But honestly, dude, he looks so cool. Ganondorf looks pretty cool and menacing. Dude, I would prefer this over the pig monster. I would have totally preferred this any time of the day. But I scrapped perfectly good potential. Exactly. But anyway, to answer the question, are Oracle Seasons and Oracle of Ages underrated? I say yes. Yes, they are. And honestly, I think they do need some more love and appreciation, because I feel like they don't get much of the attention that they deserve. But honestly, I would say go play them. Go play them if you have it. If you guys are Switch owners, play them. They are available on Game Boy, NSO, and like I said, there is no preference in any order you play them. Like I said, you can either do Seasons first, Ages first, or Seasons last. Depending on which one you do first, you will still get the linked game, but if you put the code into your save file. But again, if you want to do it the canon way, Seasons first and then Ages last. That's the canon way. Still sad we never got the third game. I know, that would have been so cool, but hey, if Nintendo decides to remake it, they should do it. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna leave. I left out for you guys in the chat. So anyway, guys, that is gonna definitely be it for this month's episode. So again, let me know in the chat, what are y'all's thoughts on the Oracle games and on the Oracle games? You guys, they are underrated, and definitely let me know which one is your favorite. My favorite is Ages. So ladies and gentlemen, let's meet back here for next time. Let's meet back here next time, as for next month on February 3rd. We are going to be discussing potential for the 40th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda. So as you guys know, the Zelda series here in 2026 will be turning 40 years old. 40 years old! 40 years of Zelda. That's insane. So we're going to talk about potential and like what Nintendo's going to do to celebrate 40 years of Zelda. Like, are we going to get a remake? Are we going to get a new game? Like, we'll be talking about that on the 4th. Yeah, we definitely will be discussing that on February 3rd. I don't know why I said 4th. Why did I say that? Why did I say that, chat? But yeah, I definitely am curious, y'all. But I'm definitely curious. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on your Oracle games? But anyway, y'all, thank y'all for watching. Have a great one. And I will see you guys next time for the next episode. Peace out.